Tiffany glass. That's authentic, designed by Louis Comfort Tiffany himself. And the artwork today. Imagine having lunch surrounded by $130 million worth of insured art. That's what the students do at Flagler College every day. How about that? That was the grand ballroom. Back when this was the hotel, Henry Flagler could entertain up to 600 dinner guests in one sitting. Take a look at these openings at the street level through the center of the property. That's where the horses and carriages used to pull through. So the guests, after the long, dusty journey, could get off, go up the back staircase, change into a fresh outfit before they were seen by any other guests in the lobby. Now, while Henry Flagler was building his hotels here in St. Augustine, I'll show you the second one in just a few moments, he knew one thing for certain. He did not want to use wood. As much as possible, he told his architects to stay away from the use of wood because there were notorious fires breaking out from wooden structures across the land in those days. So he told his architects to look across the street and tell them what was going on. Someone was building a winter castle out of what looked to be coquina. We're going to head over there so we can take a quick look at the Via Zoraida. But along the way here on King Street, on the right-hand side, you have a wonderful view of the main entrance of that old Ponce de Leon Hotel from 1887 until it closed suddenly in 1967, and then it was converted into the Flagler College, which is now a fully accredited 4-year liberal arts institution. There's a statue of Henry Flagler. Looks like someone was still celebrating St. Patrick's Day with him the other night. He didn't have any Irish in him that I'm aware of, but it was St. Patrick's Day, yeah? And the pose you see Henry Flagler in is reminiscent, perhaps, of how he would greet his guests arriving here from train depot or by horse and carriage. Now, as we're pulling in here to the Via Zoraida Museum, think back when this was built. It was actually built as a winter castle by a wealthy businessman from Boston, Massachusetts, by the name of Franklin Smith. Franklin Smith wanted to get into the booming hotel resort business here in St. Augustine. So he built this castle in what was known as the layered concrete technique. And from this design, he would build the hotel. I'll show you later in the tour. But he was the pioneer of layered concrete. He would pour his cement mixture that he was experimenting with some parts of coquina into wooden forms. After one layer would cure, he'd raise up the wooden forms, accounting for doors and windows and other design features. After 32 layers or so, Franklin Smith had himself a concrete castle. This one modeled after the Alhambra Palace he visited in Granada, Spain, bringing home from there a large collection of antiquities that are on display here in the museum, with other collections he brought back to places he visited in the Far East, Egypt, the old Ottoman Empire, and I think his favorite was Moorish Spain. So this is a very important museum in St. Augustine, open every day to the public. Now, if you have a chance to go inside someday, don't miss what's hanging on the wall here on the corner room on the ground floor. It's a carpet that Mr. Smith brought back from one of his visits to Egypt. It's over 1,400 years old, dating back 2,400 years old, correction, dating back to the time of the pharaohs, and it is made entirely out of cat's hair. You'll never see anything like it, and you may never again, but it's quite amazing. Now back to the Ponce de Leon Hotel on the left. Look closely at the layers. You can see the lines in the concrete indicating that the architects did what they were told. They